All right, we're starting to get ready to rock and roll. Let's make some money today. No goals, but just make money. Our very first offer today is $7, 3.8 miles at Chick-fil-A. Easy pickup, the order was ready. But here is some new features that is out, which I was expecting for this new on-time rating, and here we are. The time has come. Oh my gosh. But the strange thing, I was out yesterday and I had it, and I did like several different orders, and I woke up this morning, all those orders were gone. Now I'm right back to the zero. I'm just like, what the world? So I guess it may still have a few bugs in it, and I'm sure this is just another setup to get to the point system. I don't know if that's gonna be good or bad. I've heard from some drivers that they felt like it was all right, but if you have the point system in your market, go ahead and put in comment box of your thoughts. Is it easier to keep good metrics? Stay platinum? What is it like? All right, we got 3 miles. Let's head on to the customer. Let's ride. Leave it at the door. We have arrived at Denny's for our very next order. It's a 5 for 5. We'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. All right, order was ready. I'm so glad it was. Oh my gosh, it was pretty busy in there. But let's go ahead and talk about this order for a second, because this is $5, 5 miles. Regardless, I was about a mile away, which is all included in that mileage. So why did I take this order? I took this order as an AR move, which is more of like acceptance rating type of move, because I'm trying to keep my metrics up higher, and I'm going to see worse orders later. I know it, and I will want to decline those orders. I started out with a 74% acceptance rating. Not too sure what it's at right now. If it went up to 75 or 76 after these past 2 orders, probably stay the same at 74, because we are in a rolling 100 metric. Most of the time, if I know I can just stay busy, I can still be around my goal of $20 an hour, which is a goal. Don't always happen, but sometimes I even make more, even $25 an hour. It just depends what type of orders I'm getting on that day. And another reason why I took the order, I'm still right outside of lunchtime. It's just now 10:35, so not too shabby. And I'm really relying on my lunchtime orders to be better. Not too sure about a catering order on a Saturday, but it happens. But my main thing is just keep moving. Don't give up and stop worrying about it so much. My main thing is not to take those orders as just going to completely take advantage of me. That I will decline. Hopefully that clears a few things up. Also, here's another thought. This is supposed to be like a top rated customer, whatever jargon they're using. I already forgot what it said. But it's supposed to be like person that actually tips really well. Even though it's $5, it might be $2 or $3 on this at the max. But I mean, what am I to expect? There's barely anything on this order. It's like one little Grand Slam and an orange juice. There was some like a few little add-ons like bacon, but I noticed that orange juice was like $4.50. And this is not that big. I'm just like, golly, I can get like a whole gallon at the store. But oh well, I'm just like, shoot. That's expensive. Anyways, we're right here at the customer. It's a leave it at the door. So out of that $5, $3 was a tip, which is, I can kind of see that. Not too sure how much more I can expect for being such a small order. I know some people be like, well, people shouldn't actually tip nothing less than $5. That would be nice if you had it, but if I'm going to be like ordering, I'm trying to just think of a customer perspective. If I'm going to be ordering a few times a week and I'm just like, every time's $5, $5. And well, if I order 2 times a day, 5 days, 6 days out of the week, oh man, it just sounds like a really expensive habit that I'm glad people are doing, because I don't mind doing I don't mind picking up these orders. But I've picked things up, it's as little as like fries, just French fries from like McDonald's. It's just like, wow, that's all? You must have some sort of promotion or something. But that's what most of these orders are. It's just maybe like a meal for 1, maybe 2. Then it'd be nice to actually pick up from a restaurant that's maybe not McDonald's. Maybe you're getting something from maybe like an Olive Garden, where the expectations are just a little bit greater, where most meals might be $15, $20, $25 per person. Then you can actually have better expectations of your tip to be higher just because of the cost. The bad news about me and my market, I don't have those type of restaurants that there is an Olive Garden, but the only thing that they do is Uber Eats. Even though when I spoke to them, they said they do DoorDash, but I still haven't received an order from them yet from DoorDash, only Uber Eats. All right, to sum that up, we have not completed our first hour yet, so hopefully we can at least get started on our third order in our first hour. So let's see what's next. 7-Eleven, that's what's next. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right, the order was not ready. They didn't start until I actually picked it up, but it wasn't much. Just a few beers down here. I guess they're gonna have a pretty good time tonight. What pretty cool thing was talking to the main manager there. He just asked me like a few questions and he actually offered me a job there. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I told him thanks. Because I know he sees me all the time, so because I'm always there, not just with DoorDash. But let's talk a little bit about this order. This was $7.75 plus. So that plus means there's gonna be more money at the end of this. So let's just be kind of figure it's not gonna give me much. Let's say it's gonna give me an extra quarter, be $8. That's gonna put me at 20 bucks, just slightly over my first hour. Cause it's gonna tell me right now I'm supposed to be there at 11:08. And I started basically at 10 o'clock, but not too bad. All you gotta do is just keep going on. Let's do it. Oh, praise the Lord. That was actually $12.75. A lot better than that $7.75. I think it's just gonna be a quarter, but that's usually what happens. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm even gonna have this in the video or not, but I just can't help but just think about that job opportunity that he offered me there at 7-Eleven. And it made me think about my W-2 job that I'm doing right now. I much rather do what I'm doing with my W-2, even though I could actually do that job part-time, but I do DoorDash, Uber Eats, do that part-time. I much probably rather do that anyways. But it just made me just think, I don't know, it made me deep think for a minute of just about my life and about my early plans that I wanted to do, even the times where I was just iffy of not knowing what I wanted to be when I grow up. And I'm a little bit past growing up right now. And of course my W-2 that I'm doing right now is not the job that I always wanted. It was definitely a job of convenience that pays all right. And it's definitely flexible in time. But how often do we actually do like a job that we actually really want to do? Like if you always wanted to be a teacher and you become a teacher. If you want to be a rocket scientist and you're a rocket scientist. But so many times I'm just thinking just like, I just do jobs just to live and get by. And of course I do DoorDash on the side. And I also make video content such as this, and I really enjoy that. Takes up a lot of my time, but it's something that I do. Overall, looking at everything I do, it stay pretty busy. Anyways, then I just kind of briefly thought about like, what would I want to do? Part of me don't know. I think sports radio might be pretty cool. I know I like listening to it, especially while I'm dashing. I love to listen to it while I'm dashing, and maybe even when I'm home too, listen to sports radio. 105.3 The Fan. I don't know. There is no telling what I'll be doing next, except this next order. Now, I've been sitting over here around this Chick-fil-A for a little bit. Just got this order of $5, 7.2 miles. I'm just like, I'm sure it's not very much on that order, but I'm just like, I can't take that because you got to think about the miles. I'm like, golly, it's upside down. But even if it's a small order, they're gonna have to add more money just because they're 7 miles away. Dang, the customer really needs to put that in consideration as well. But I'm sure they don't even think about that. And here we go, another one, $3, 5.6 miles. That's another decline. I'm going down to 72%. I'm trying not to fall out of platinum, but yet it is so slow. Might give another minute before I actually turn this Uber Eats on. Let's go ahead and get it locked and loaded. Hit that, go up. Hit that up now. Yep, figures. Now we got it. Dang, $4, 3.6 miles. I'm gonna decline this one too. I might be done for the day. We'll go ahead and take this $5, 2.4 miles. I am 6 feet from the edge. Golly. Let's get it. Not a good one, but I don't have very much choices right now. So meet me at McDonald's. Good news, that did not take long. But one thing that is taking long is this light. Come on, light. Come on, light. Green says me. Let's roll. just to be stopped at another light. Whew. And this construction, they are working this, oh, green, it's green. Now to the customer. Leave it at the door. And I actually thought it was probably a little too early for Halloween, but they must love it. But anyways, that was an easy $5. And now we're going to go to Rice House. All right, now this order, it took a little bit. And as I was talking about earlier, I just started that on-time rate where they're actually keeping up of how long it's actually taken to get these orders done and complete. Now, I've heard some stories of how the algorithm is actually messed up with a few dashers and saying that they're actually late because the restaurant was late. But now I actually saw DoorDash send me this. It says, we've got your back. You got here on time. So that reassures me, hey, DoorDash knows I made it on time and I'm actually there. I am waiting there. Awesome. Then it says, we'll adjust your on-time rating to account for your arrival time. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit more comforted that they're adjusting the time. So it won't look like it's me being the one late. So now let's look into this order. This is 450, 6.6 miles. Yes, this is an upside down order. However, that is 2.5, 3 miles that way, which is not over here in my actual zone. And I'm so close on the edge of losing platinum, I went ahead and took this as an AR move or acceptance rating move, however you want to say it. Really bad thing about this one is this 450 really ain't going to cut it to help me to stay in that $20 an hour mark. Ugh, just got to roll with the punches. I'm more just about accept today is going to be one of those days where it might be $16, $17 an hour. Maybe, I'm not sure. Because these orders are really gonna have to turn around. By the time I get to the customer, I'm most likely gonna have to turn Uber Eats on. I can look at Roadie right now. And of course, nothing much doing right there. Crap. All right, keep it a stacking. Leave it at the door. All right, just drop up that order. And he actually met me at the door. So I just got to hand it to him. But even though I got $4.50 when $1 of it was a tip, he added an extra $5 on a tip. I'm like, wow, did that just bail me out? I'm slightly over 2 hours. I'm at $39.25. Wow. Because I really didn't do anything special. I was just nice and polite and said, have a blessed day. Now let's keep on stacking. All right, now I just got this order. It's just $2 even. There's a part of me almost took this, but I went ahead and declined it. It brought me down to 70% acceptance rating, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I am right there on the edge, and this is not looking good. So what I did, I ended my dash. That's it. Let me call an audible. Let's change this up just a little bit. So what I did, I went from earn per offer to earn by time. Got an order. This is 8.8 miles. Chipotle in DeSoto. Man, I don't like it. But this is how we're gonna roll for a little bit and see if we get this acceptance rating back up. At least stay the same. So let's just keep moving. But I really don't like it because it says $12.50 per active hour plus tips, but usually tips are not always that great on earn by time. Right now, picking my poison right now, and we're just going to roll with it. Let's go. We have arrived at Chipotle. Let's go on in. All right, we got this order. The order actually says that the promised time was 11:40. So this order's been sitting a while because it's just about 12:30 right now. Oh my gosh. It's been nearly an hour. Oh my gosh. Just because they didn't tip. They're just waiting for a schmuck like me that's doing earn by time. Golly. Let's go. Okay, building 12, 10, 11, 13. I bet it might be right over there. All right, we're going on foot. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be any better. There's 15. I'm hoping that over there is 12. Okay, that's 14, so this one has to be 12. It only makes sense. Okay, probably the other side. Oh, praise God, found it. Oh, crap. So, all right, we got a grand total of $4.95 out of that. $3.95 was the base pay, a whole dollar tip. And here is another one. They're trying to get me further back into Dallas. So 5.2 miles, Starbucks. Oh crap. Look out for landmines. All right, we have arrived. Starbucks. And I'm just picking up like one drink. So I know this is not gonna be good. I know now this is just another remembrance why I'm really skeptic about earn by time. All right, that order was not even started until I arrived and then some. But I'm earned by time, so it's not as bad. Now only thing I'm just really concerned about is my on-time rating. As long as, I got another one of those things, hey, I got your back type of confirmations. I just really hope it really does have my back, because I really don't want it to stab it. Oh, goodness. Let's be on our way. Leave it at the door. Okay, we got the next one up at bat. We got 6 miles coming from Chipotle. Round 2, earn by time edition. Leave it at the door. I got paid a big whopping $3.35. Oh my gosh. Do I regret this, you may ask? Yeah, probably. 3 orders. I don't know if it's been exactly an hour yet or not. I can't even remember when I started, but I'm only at $13.31. Not too good. Okay, it'll be okay. Take a glance at my acceptance rating, still at 70%. But I didn't decline anything else, but whew. Well, it says my area is busy. I'm just like, jeez. I would love to build this up at least 1 or 2 extra percent before I get done. Man, let's see what we get next. Next up, Golden Chick. Easy little pickup right there. The order was ready. But one thing I do like this earn by time, it is chilled. I don't have to be like, oh, rush, 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 rush. So we're just gonna take this next 5 minutes, 2.6 miles to the customer. All right, just completed that order. Got $3.15. Oh my gosh, but he blessed me with 10 bucks. Yes, that helps a lot. But I can tell you what, this earn by time ain't playing. Gosh, oh, goodness, I don't miss it. Which I know there's some people that it's pretty good in their area, but here, I think it's been a different story. But what we gotta do, we keep going. Right back at Chick-fil-A. Leave it at the door, leave it at the door. Yeah. $4.96 was a grand total, and $1 of it was a tip. That just makes you jump for joy, doesn't it? Dang. So I guess we just keep going. Next up, Chili's. Looks like they have one, but it's not gonna be the one I need. That one right there says Uber Eats on it. I have a Joseph S. This one might be it. Another leave it at the door. All right, despite it actually saying leave it at the door and contact us delivery, he met me at the door. But now, as soon as I got back, I got a little notification here saying I'm going on a road trip over 10 miles. It is what it is. All right, we have arrived at over there smoking good eats. Easy little pickup right there, but here we go. On the road again. Oh, on the road again. Someone say road trip. Ridiculous. All right, it should be this one right here. Dadgummit. Came all this freaking way. All of that, 5 and change and no tip. Wow, speechless. I don't know what to say. I would love to get something to head me on back. I don't know how to get out of here. All right, it took a little bit, but it looks like I got what I wanted. It says 14.9 miles, Red Lobster, and it should be taking me back where I want to be. Oh my gosh, so many miles. That's the one thing about earn by time, miles. All right, meet me there, let's go. All right, we have arrived. Not too sure how much this is gonna be because it just shows one item. It doesn't actually say anything of what it is. So, let's go. Man, this ain't nothing either. That's all it is, just a little piece of poo. You know what? I think I'm gonna be done after this. I'm just so glad this is taking care of my dead miles at least. Yeah, another good thing is interstate. Trying to get me to go down a freaking alleyway. Oh, never fails, never fails. Should be right. Uno, dos, Tres! We got it. And I gotta give it to the customer. Woohoo! So out of that, I got a base pay of $6.82. They left a tip of $1.35, and that was 15 miles for a grand total of $8.17. Wow. That's painful. So that's just bad enough for me just to go ahead and tap out for the day. When I was doing earn per offer today, I made $39.25. Worth earned by time, I made $37.92 plus the $10 cash, which brings me up to a grand total of $87.17 for about 5.6 hours, averaging around $15.56, which is absolutely terrible. But I'm glad that you took a ride along with me today. So if you would, hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and see me in the next video.